we started our journey in that little bitty strip mall. My girls grew up with your girls. Youth trips, ski trips, mentoring classes, always being there when I needed something. Late at night, I would call him. He was always there. And someone mentioned about him being a shepherd before he became pastor here. He's always been a pastor. Life groups. And I had one of our pastors ask me, why do you always go to Randy and ask him? Well, I did. He was always there. He knew the answer. Friendships developed deeper. Our journey with the Lord deepened and got so much better. We've grown together. Weddings, deaths, births. We're doing life together. So, wherever you go, whatever you guys do, I pray blessings. It is time for the family, but always know you are very instrumental in the foundation of this church, whether it be North Metro, Lifegate, Deerwood Park. You belong here. This is your home. You're part of me. You're part of each and every one here. The love just grows deeper and deeper, wider and wider. So we're on this journey together still. You're entering a new season. We're here when you need us. And I know you'll be there when I need you. From my family to yours, we love you guys.
I doubt I'll make it through this. Okay. I doubt if I'll make it through this, but I'll try. I've seen God put his finger on me and move me around. And he moved me to a house across the street from Randy in Carolyn 37, 38 years ago. And Randy and I'd talk out in the middle of the street. And Katie went to school with my daughter. And I always loved listening to Katie sing. So one day Randy and I were out in the street. He said, Randy and Katie is coming in from Nashville to sing at church. Now, Ethel and I had gone to different churches, nothing that we really cared for. So I told Randy, I said, well, we'll be there Sunday. So I went and told Ethel, we're going to church Sunday. Now, Randy had been preaching about a month. So we came to church and heard Randy preach, heard Katie sing. On the way home, Ethel says, well, what did you think? I said, I don't know. We might have to go back next Sunday to, just. And that was 15 years ago. And we're still here. So, like my wife said, he baptized me. He baptized my grandson. And never met a stronger woman in my life as Randy's wife. And I can't say enough about him. So I'm done.
Oh, there you are. My knee don't stand well. To say the least, these are some of my best friends. And when we started this church, we were one of the families that started it. There were 12 of us. we teased that we had the 12 disciples and the 12 couples. And Randy and Carolyn went to First Baptist, and that was the church that started this church. And as time went on, Randy and I just got along. We were pretty good friends, just to be friends. And he used to do the milk route. And I knew what time he'd come in sometimes, and if I was just in town, I wanted to go talk to him for a little bit, we'd go in and I'd talk to him a little bit. And we just were friends, just good friends. Of course, I loved Carolyn. She was a lot of times at work, sometimes when I'd knock on that door. But Miss Carolyn has a heart that is bigger than anything. This is my brother and my sister, and they have been for 36 years. And it means the world to me that he became the pastor, because that's what he was supposed to be. He had fought it. But that's who he was. He did it, even though he didn't have the pastoral, authority at the time, maybe you might say. But he had God's authority to be a pastor. And the flock knew who to go to if they needed him. We have had a wonderful 36 years with this church. And it's been a blessing every day. When we joined, I had my 6 kids. My youngest one was 6 months old when we started this church. And I have lots of memories of different things that have happened, programs on the stage, all kinds of craziness going on. But it was always fun. It was always in the spirit that the Lord was leading us. And the main reason I wanted to even say anything today is because I want you to know, just because we have history doesn't mean we don't have a future. And this church is a special place. And the people that come here are special people. And we love the Lord. We love being here in this place. I just want to say thank you for being here, to appreciate them. We still have lots of time still to be together. And I just want y'all to all know our hearts love everybody that walks in this door. And so if you're here, we appreciate you coming and spending the time with us. Please come back in the door.
Susan, try it.
Randy and Carolyn. Wow. We have a long history with y'all. Long history, many, many memories. And I couldn't begin to pick one. Lots of memories with Carolyn. I think of lots of movie nights. And I don't see, oh my gosh, Mona Lisa smile. So Carolyn and I had gone to the movie one time, which we did a lot. And then one night, we had a girls' night, went to dinner, decided we'd watch a movie at the house, and we picked this one. Oh, Mona Lisa smile, that sounds really fun. We started about 5 minutes in, and we look at each other and go, we've seen this together. But we have made many, many memories through the years. They have been by our side through good times, not so good times, rough times, terrible times, and wonderful times. But we love you guys, and, I'm excited to see what's next for y'all. Time with the family is supremely important. And just go and have fun with the family. And we love y'all. and can't wait to see what's next.
One of the main things that I want to say is it was my privilege to serve as an elder with Randy in this church and to serve in this church when he became the pastor. But one of the things I'll never forget is his willingness to listen and his willingness to let his heart rule his conversation, whether it was in an elders meeting, whether it was just talking about something or just conversing. And I'd call him occasionally and give him some kind of, we always talk about movies or sometimes lines from a movie. And the last conversation I had with him was about a movie called, yeah, that was it. No, it was a Western about the West. And okay, now chill it. I think it was called The Greatest Story of the West. Anyway, it had Charles Bronson was in it, who was kind of a rough-looking guy, who was the highest paid actor. And it had a storyline, and he was a kid, and his father passed away, and so later he searched down these guys. And they're waiting in a train station, which is waiting for this train to come, and he'll be on it. And one of the lines in there, these guys came, 3 of them, on their horses, and Charles Bronson gets off the train on the other side and plays a harmonica, which is what they made him play when his father got killed by these 3 men. And so they walk up there, and Woody Stokes, which is a black actor, played a lot with John Wayne, and they're standing there, and one guy says, "Well, we've come to get you," and Charles Bronson goes, "Where's Frank?" Frank was paid. The only time Henry Fonda played a bad guy, he was Frank. And they said, "Frank sent us." And so the line was, "He sent us to come and get you." And Bronson looks at these 3, and there's 3 horses behind him, and says, "Where's my horse?" And one of those guys turns around and says, "Looks like we're 1 horse short." And Bronson's line was, "No, I think you brought 2 too many." In other words, there are only 3 horses there, and he was going to ride one of them. Randy and I have talked early, talked late, and there's something I really want to say to you, is the fact we all have a schedule, but we pile our schedule. We got the same 12-hour sunlight that Jesus did. We got the same darkness. But your children live from here, and now's the time that I would not let a month go by or weeks go by that you don't get in your car, the 2 of you, drive their direction, stop for a night, and then get up, have breakfast, and wind up right there in their house. Now, I commend that to you, but here on the shorter point of that is their house is right over at Prosper, so you can make that trip without being overnight, okay? So last thing, we love you. We thank you for everything you've done for us, every prayer you've lifted, every smile you've given. And over my sister's kitchen when she was living was a little poem. "The world is wide and wonderful no matter where you roam, but your thoughts return to friendship, love, and home." This is your home. Amen. In Jesus' name.
Good job.
Boy, everybody's so solemn in here. I mean, it's not a funeral. I honestly can say, Randy, I'm going to miss your sermons. Best sleep I've ever had. So, you wouldn't expect me to say less, would you? Anyway, we've known you guys. I think we met you guys at First Baptist like in '89. Watched our kids grow up together. We've been through a lot together. And I look back at all that, and we're still friends. I guess that's the most amazing part. But you've helped us out a lot, not just because we're here, but because of your friendship with our kids and us. I mean, it's been a good friendship, but it's not over. Just because you guys are stepping out, or stepping away, I should say, not stepping out, stepping away, the thought is that you'll be back. Because you can't leave your friends. So, well, maybe a few of them, but you can't leave all of them. So, but I want to thank you for all the things that you shared with me. You've a lot of your thoughts, a lot of the discussions we had have helped my ministry out a lot. And I was able to be better at what I did by sometimes mimicking what you did. Not everything, but a lot of things. So, but I do appreciate you guys. We love you guys. You guys need to take care of each other now. Get all that stuff that's broken on you fixed. And then that way you can hang out with the grandkids and, more importantly, keep up with them. So, anyhow, thank you for all that. We love you guys, and that's all I got to say.
Get all that fixed so we can see you kick up your heels. We're waiting on that. Anyone else? We do have another service this afternoon. Right, Pastor Jose? What set? Oh, 6? Oh, we got plenty of time.
About 42 years ago, our dad died. You called one day and said, "I'm going fishing." I said, "I'm going fishing too." And that little short 3-year-old boy said, "I'm going too." So we went to the lake, and we run our trot lines. They were back in the slough. We had a Coleman ice chest full of catfish. When we come out to the lake, go back to the boat ramp, water was white capping. So we started out across the middle of the lake, and the throttle broke on our motor. It was cold. It was in March. We had on goose down coats, concrete boots. When the motor died, the boat turned sideways, turned us backwards, and waves filled our boat up. I grabbed Eli. He had a life jacket on, and I grabbed one. And you had a little boat cushion that wouldn't hold you up. But that Coleman ice chest was floating. You grabbed hold of that ice chest, and it kept you floating. So we started swimming towards the bank. I had Eli in one arm. Those waves would cover us. He'd get kind of frantic. After 15 minutes or so, he started taking me down. So I told him, every time a wave hit us, say, "Help me, Jesus." And I'd look back at you, and you were going further out in the lake. And I said, Lord, don't let me look back. I'll lose this boy. Excuse me. We were in the water a long time, and we finally got, maybe 30 yards from the bank, and we run into a trot line. And I could stand on that and just rock till I got my breath back, and we swam to shore. So when we get to shore, there's a piece of styrofoam, probably 3 foot wide and 4 foot long. I thought, that's not a coincidence. So I told Eli, I said, you stay on this bank, and I'm going to go get your uncle. So I started getting back in the water. He said, oh, don't go back out there, you'll melt. I guess we just watched The Wizard of Oz or something. So I told him, I said, you stay here. If you see a boat, just holler and wave, or anybody on the land. So I started out there. And when he could see me, he started waving, go back, go back. And I was saying, shut up, shut up. So I get out there to him. He gets on the styrofoam, dragging that ice chest. And we finally got back. When we got back, he was barefooted just like I was. He took off walking 4 miles to a house, called a buddy to us to come get us. So I just thank God for that piece of styrofoam and that Coleman ice chest. I'm still glad we went fishing.
The moral of that story is check your WAP before you go fishing.
No, you always want me to sit in your lap.
I like it.
This is a good one. Oh, I don't want to. Okay.
You're being recorded.
Is it on? I've known him since I was 12, 13 years old. I cannot tell you what he had on the first time he gave me a little speech. But ever since then, I grew up in a house of girls. And Carolyn's the sister I had from another mother, sort of, except that we ended up getting the same mother, Muzz. And so she's always been my best friend. But Randy would be the older brother I didn't have. And he'd tell me some things. Eventually I learned not to believe, but but I just want to say this, because I want all of you to look around. And people that have come up, and people that have not come up, the love that's in this place right now. It's a wonderful feeling to be a part of this church family, because we've been there since forever too. So, but it's an incredible and sometimes very hard to be a part of the ministry family. Because sometimes it's hard to go to your preacher, pastor, brother-in-law, and talk or ask something when he knows too much about you, or you know too much about him. But he made it where he could put that part aside, but the love would always be there. And I have been blessed to be a part of the 3 strongest Christian men in my life. And I know that baby brothers maybe don't like to say so, but they learn a lot from their bigger brothers. But it's incredible when you get closer to the same age, you share that much. And then when you have a son that gets to come up with those two men. But Randy and Carolyn have been my family and my church family. And you really are incredibly beyond what you even know, blessed to have had them in your life. And that's what I wanted to say happily, nothing sad. I wasn't going to cry.
Wow, Barbara, you might have to preach one of these Sundays. She sits back there so quiet. And we'll be looking. Anyone else? I just want to say, your daddy is proud of you. But your mama, she is so happy that you are the son that she created, that she had, and that God worked in you to be who you are today. And that you married this wife that puts up with that. She could, if she's here today, she can be more blessed to see this. So, if that's the end of everyone speaking, we have one last song. Nathan. I can make Nathan sing. This is not goodbye. This is happy trails till we meet again. So if you'll all stand, we'll sing it together.
Go for it, Don. Go for it, Don. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Some trails are happy ones, others are blue. It's the way you ride the trail that counts. Here's a happy one for you. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again.
Okay, now if all of y'all will stand and help clean up, we'd greatly appreciate that. I'm just kidding. You going to talk?
Shoot, I don't have anything. I would like to.
You did. You had something.